Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my WWE Extreme Rules 2017 predictions. Uh, the show has already happened, but I haven't seen the show, so I'm going to watch it right after I record this video. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it in multiple takes or if I'm just going to do it all in one take. I'll let you guys know when I get to that video. I'm most likely going to do multiple takes, but we're going to have to wait and see. But um, yeah, so Extreme Rules has happened, and it's been a while since I've really talked about wrestling on this channel because of my finals and because I went to Texas. Um, I just been too busy to really do that. I've only been able to cover minimum stuff, but I'm here to give. I'm going to talk about everything, all the storylines going into the show, and I'm just going to be honest. At least with Raw, because this is a Raw exclusive pay per view, Raw has been very bland and average. It has some good things that I like on it, but really not a lot. I don't really have a lot of interest going into the show. Um, a lot of the storylines are bland. A lot of the match types don't really make a whole lot of sense. Because this is Extreme Rules, and a lot of these matches aren't really extreme, and a lot of these matches that have one of the matches has like a weird stipulation on it, so that's stupid. So that's just my personal opinion on this show. Um, but there is a couple of matches I'm looking forward to. Um, and it's pretty sad that one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most involves the cruiserweights, considering the fact how WWE utilizes the cruiserweights. So that just kind of says it all right there. But let me talk, not knocking the division, but let me just kind of talk about the matches going into this show. So we have the pre-show match, because WWE likes to throw in a pre-show match. And we're going to have Kalisto taking on Apollo Crews. This match really has at least some build behind it. That's one thing I do like about each match, is at least every match sort of has a type of story, except maybe one match. But every match has some type of story for happening, so that's good. But this match right here, the storyline's kind of lame. I kind of like the direction they're going with the storyline, because they have Apollo Crews, who's like a member of the Titus brand. They're trying to tell some sort of heel turn with him. They're at least trying to utilize Apollo Crews. But really, this stuff has just been bland and average. You know, Kalisto just should be utilized a whole lot better than what he is. He should be in the cruiserweight division. They finally have him on Raw. They could easily just insert him into the cruiserweight division, but yet they're not doing that. I wonder if they're waiting. But Kalisto is just really nothing now. His peak was last year when he was the United States champion, and he didn't really get over, and Kalisto's just kind of eh. Apollo Crews, at least they're trying to do something with him, but I just really don't really care much for it. But who am I going to say wins this match? I'm going to say Apollo Crews. I don't know if he's going to turn heel on this show. Quite frankly, who really cares? But I'm going to say Apollo Crews wins, just because at least they're trying to do something with him. Kalisto, not so much. Don't really know why this match is happening. This doesn't really feel like a pay-per-view match, but it's only on the pre-show, so whatever. And then we have the actual show itself. We have a mixed tag team match between Witch Swan and Sasha Banks and Noam Dar and Alicia Fox. As I talked about in my last video, in my 205 Live review, Sasha Banks went from being pretty much the integral part of the women's revolution. She was a 3-time Raw Women's Champion and the first ever women's Hell in a Cell and Falls Count Anywhere, and the only 2 ever women's Iron Man match. Main evented Raw twice last year, which is something that women had never done. A former 3-time Raw Women's Champion, and now she's in pretty much a lame feud involving the cruiserweights. And she just appeared in an episode of 205 Live. How lame, and how the mighty have fallen. And obviously everybody knows, if you've been watching me for a while, I have not enjoyed at all this whole Alicia Fox storyline between Witch Swan and Noam Dar. This Alicia Fox storyline has pretty much been going on since December of 2016, when Cedric Alexander was involved, and now it's continuing. For some odd reason, WWE wants to continue the storyline, and it's stupid. So yeah, that's dumb. But overall, who's going to win this match? I'm just going to say Witch Swan and Sasha Banks, just because I don't even know really why, to be honest. I just think it's going to be a big moment. You have Sasha Banks on the show. Give her a big win. and finally have her do something. It is in Witch Swan's hometown too, but you have Noam Dar and Alicia Fox who have been constantly going at Witch Swan. They've beaten them in matches, but who really cares? No one benefits from this match. Sasha Banks will just go back to doing what she was doing. Witch Swan, this whole Alicia Fox thing will continue, and not a person will care. It's kind of a shame because Witch Swan was like the cruiserweight champion in the beginning of the year, and now he's in this lame feud. And Noam Dar is not that bad of a wrestler. He's just in a lame feud. And Alicia Fox is just terrible. She's overrated and terrible. So then we have one of the matches, the match that I'm probably looking forward to the most on this show, a submission match for the Cruiserweight Championship between Cruiserweight Champion Neville and Austin Aries. I can't wait for this match. This is a feud that's been going on pretty much since the road to WrestleMania 33. And it makes sense for it to be a submission match since the past 2 times Aries has had Neville win the last Chancery. And Neville's come this close to tapping out but always escaped. You have the stuff they've been doing with Neville going after the injured leg of Austin Aries. And I can't wait for this match. As for who should win, this is more of a want. I really don't care who wins this match. You know, if Neville wins, good, because he's my favorite champion in WWE. If Austin Aries wins, I'd be extremely happy because it would make sense. So I want to say that Austin Aries wins the Cruiserweight Championship just because I think it's time to give him a run with the championship, have Neville chase him. You can continue the feud. But if Neville retained, I really wouldn't complain because Neville's probably one of my favorite things on Raw, and he's my favorite champion in WWE. So I want Austin Aries, but if Neville wins, I really wouldn't complain. I can't wait to see this match though. Can't wait to see some because they've had 2 great matches with each other, so I can't wait to see it. And you do have the thing too. Aries made Neville tap out on Raw, so I wonder if they want to have Neville kind of get some revenge. But he did lay him out on 205 Live, so I do want to say that Austin Aries wins. I think it's time to give him a run with the title, because what happens with Austin Aries after this? So then we have the next match. We have a steel cage match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boys, going up against Cesaro and Sheamus. I really wish this was a ladder match or a TLC match, because that would make sense since you have the Hardys who were able to pick the stipulation, but yet they picked a cage match, which was kind of weird. But I don't mind it being a cage match either, but it would make sense too because because the Hardy Boys came back at a ladder match at WrestleMania and cost Cesaro and Sheamus. You could have Cesaro and Sheamus defeat them in their element. I do kind of like this feud because you have Cesaro and Sheamus who have turned heel. And, you have the thing where they can really tell a lot of storylines in this match. As for who should win, it's really kind of tough to say because you have the Hardy Boys who just won the tag team titles at Mania. But then the problem is who do they face after this match? Because you have Cesaro and Sheamus. And they're really the only heel tag team on Raw. The Revival's out of action. Enzo and Big Cass are busy doing stuff. They're probably going to break up as a team pretty soon. Gallows and Anderson really haven't been on TV much. I think those are the only tag teams, really. The Golden Truth just broke up not that long ago. Why isn't Goldust and R-Truth having a match on this show, by the way? I know they want to build up to that match eventually, but why is Apollo Crews and Kalisto getting a match, but not Goldust and R-Truth? They have a better story, but that's besides the point. So, I'm actually going to say that Cesaro and Sheamus win the titles because the Hardy Boys face afterwards, and they really don't have anybody to face. Now, as for this thing, if WWE is going to buy the broken gimmick, if they do, this would be the perfect time to have the Hardy Boys lose, because then you could have the whole thing happen where the Hardy Boys lose the tag titles, and they want to get back to that quest, and the only way they can do that is to win back their broken gimmick. That would be actually really damn cool. But we're going to have to wait and see. I'm actually looking forward to this cage match, though, because I think the cage match would be awesome. I expect Jeff Hardy to go out there and kill himself, so that would be awesome. Then we have the kendo stick on a pole match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship between WWE Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss and Bayley. This feud's been okay, but why is this a kendo stick on a pole match? The whole purpose of this match is that Bayley isn't extreme. But I believe with the item on a pole match, it depends on how you use it, but in this case, it's only a kendo stick on a pole match. So pretty much the way you win this match is by pinfall or submission. You don't necessarily have to get the kendo stick on a pole. It would make sense for this to be like a cage match or a ladder match or at least a chair match or something where Bayley actually would have to beat up Alexa Bliss. But this feud's been pretty much a average feud going into it. They had that terrible segment on Raw, the This Is Bayley Your Life, where everybody was just where it kind of embarrassed Bayley, which I felt bad for. Um, so I expect Bayley to win this match because of that story they're trying to tell with her being extreme. I expect the match to be bad just because of the fact of the stipulation when they have to grab an item on a pole, and they're going to do a lot of bad stuff with that. Why not do a ladder match? And then SmackDown's getting a Money in the Bank match. Raw's getting this match. It's pretty ridiculous. So yeah, I expect Alexa Bliss to retain. No, I expect Bayley to win the Raw Women's title, which really wouldn't make any sense. But it seems like they're going in that direction because if she doesn't win, then the whole storyline is kind of pointless. Then we have the Intercontinental Championship match between Dean Ambrose and The Miz. Where if Dean Ambrose gets himself disqualified, he'll lose the Intercontinental Championship. I've enjoyed this feud. Why to have this stipulation though, where you have Dean Ambrose who can literally go out there and do anything extreme, but yet you limit him to not be able to get himself disqualified? That's pretty damn stupid. It's an Extreme Rules, and yet you have a disqualification thing. That's stupid. But I've enjoyed this feud. I've actually liked it because Dean Ambrose actually is kind of showing that he gives a crap. Again, you have The Miz, who's a great mic worker, and he can just really get you to want to hate him. And and everything that The Miz says is true. That Dean Ambrose did get lazy and complacent, but yet I feel like The Miz has kind of pulled Dean Ambrose out of his funk, whatever he was in. So yeah. As for who wins, though, I actually think that The Miz is going to win this match by disqualification. I know it's stupid. And I think that the match will happen, and he's going to have The Miz. The Miz is going to have Maurice slap him in the face, which will cause a disqualification, and Miz will win the Intercontinental Championship. I had that happen right away. Don't even bother with the match because then it's kind of stupid, makes The Miz look stupid. We'll have The Miz get jumped or something. Because I want to see Miz win this title because Dean Ambrose really isn't doing much with the Intercontinental Championship, and The Miz can really bring that title to prestige, so I hope The Miz wins the Intercontinental Championship. And then we have the main event, I believe, is the next match. The Fatal 5-Way Extreme Rules match to determine the number one contender to the WWE Universal Championship between some guy, I can't read his name because it's blurry, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, and Samoa Joe. Obviously, they have to kind of compensate because I think this is what's happened with Raw. They originally wanted Braun Strowman to go up against Brock Lesnar, but then he got injured. He's going to be out 6 to 8 months, which I don't think he will be. I think he'll be back pretty damn soon. So they kind of put it over the plan. They wanted to do Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship, but then obviously that couldn't happen because of what happened with Braun Strowman. So what I think is going to happen is they're going to go with Finn Balor. I'm not going to watch this match though because someone's in this match I don't really care for, but I think Finn Balor is going to win this match because they have the whole thing where they're building up to Finn Balor and Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. You know, he's the only one that really needs to win this match because where does he go afterwards? You could have him feud with Bray Wyatt, but, you know, and then they want to have Brock Lesnar face somebody at WrestleMania. I don't remember who it is. But Samoa Joe, I think, will be a potential, but they want to continue the Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins is a potential. So I do think that Finn Balor will win. Bray Wyatt, it's kind of a shame because I think the reason he's in this match is to eat the fall, which is a shame for Bray Wyatt, but I think that's why he's in this match. I expect Finn Balor to pin him, which will kind of cause some tension. But then you will get Finn Balor, Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, which I can't wait to see that match, to see the Demon go up against the Beast. That's going to be a sick match. But I don't expect Finn Balor to win the Universal title, but I'll talk about that at a later portion at a later time. But that's my Extreme Rules preview and predictions. I'm going to repeat my predictions again. I expect Apollo Crews to defeat Kalisto in the pre-show. I expect Rich Swann and Sasha Banks to win the mixed tag match, but really, who cares? I expect Austin Aries to become the new Cruiserweight champion, Cesaro and Sheamus to become the new Raw Tag Team champions, Bayley to win the Raw Women's Championship, Dean Ambrose to win the Intercontinental Championship, and Finn Balor to become the #1 contender to the WWE Universal Championship. But that's pretty much it, guys. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Whatever. Make sure to subscribe to Owen the Talkinator and the CM Brothers channel. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to go watch Extreme Rules now, and that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.